Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a massive shift happening right now in digital media. Think about it, in 2026, the digital shelf is honestly more competitive than it has ever been. When a consumer lands on a product page or a trainee logs into a safety portal, those old static images, they just don't cut it anymore. We are seeing this incredible surge toward high-energy, photorealistic 3D environments, where products literally explode into their component parts and reassemble right before your eyes. It's an absolute game changer for how companies are solving really complex business problems. To really put this shift into perspective, check out this staggering number. Did you know that e-commerce shoppers who interact with 3D product content convert up to 94% more often than those just looking at flat images? I mean, 94%. That is a massive leap in consumer confidence. When buyers can actively rotate a product, see exactly how the light hits it, and examine its internal mechanics from literally any angle, they are significantly more likely to hit that buy button. It completely bridges the gap between the online and physical shopping experience.
Notice the stark contrast here between the old way of doing things and the new way. Traditional media, like a standard live-action photo shoot, leaves audiences with a really fixed, limited view. You're basically stuck with exactly what the camera saw on that specific day. Interactive and 3D environments, on the other hand, offer this dynamic, lit-from-any-angle realism. It gives you absolute 100% control over every single pixel and reflection.
So, here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the end of static media. Second, the industries transformed by 3D. Third, we'll peek inside the 3D pipeline. Fourth, we'll break down animation costs. And fifth, we'll wrap up with the ROI of digital assets.
All right, let's jump into section 1, the end of static media.
The crucial point to understand here is that 3D entirely removes physical limitations. Whether you're launching a product that hasn't even been built yet, showcasing a sprawling real estate development before the foundation is poured, or trying to visualize something microscopic, 3D allows for complete creative control over every single frame. You aren't worrying about the weather on a shoot day, you're not renting expensive locations, and you're not hiring actors. You are making pure creative decisions, not logistical compromises.
Which brings us nicely to Section 2, Industries Transformed by 3D.
The applications here are incredibly diverse. We're talking about everything from sleek e-commerce electronics with hyper-realistic brush metal textures to massive cinematic architectural walkthroughs of luxury real estate. 3D delivers absolute technical precision across massively different scales. It's really not just about making things look pretty anymore, it's about solving specific, complex communication challenges across nearly every major industry on the planet.
For instance, look at these metrics from the industrial sector. In heavy industry, standard classroom lectures often totally fail to engage workers, but simulating hazard zones like a fire breakout, a chemical leak, or incorrect scaffolding helps teams visualize those risks in a totally safe, virtual environment before they ever face them on site. The data shows that this immersive approach drastically cuts down on real-world accidents and boosts task execution accuracy by 57%. It is quite literally saving lives.
Now, scaling all the way down to the microscopic level, medical teams use something called mechanism of action, or MOA animations. This is where 3D animation brings highly complex, peer-reviewed science to life with perfect biological precision. We're talking about visualizing exactly how a drug interacts with receptors on a single cell. Because these animations have to go through incredibly strict medical and legal regulatory reviews, every single frame has to be backed by scientific source documentation. It is just a brilliant fusion of high art and rigorous science.
Okay, moving on to Section 3, inside the 3D pipeline. Let's see how this magic actually happens. This breakdown brilliantly illustrates the sequential logic of the 3D pipeline. It moves from the conceptual blueprint in Phase 1, where storyboards and animatics are locked in, directly into Phase 2, where artists actually build the virtual geometry, add skeletal rigs for movement, and apply lighting. Finally, in Phase 3, everything is composited together with computational effects. It's a highly structured engineering feat where a bottleneck at any one of these stages affects the entire project.
Now here's the thing you really have to wrap your head around regarding the sheer amount of labor involved. Nothing comes for free in 3D. Every single asset, every texture map, every light source must be deliberately constructed in a virtual space from scratch. A product with 50 moving parts is going to cost way more to model than a product with 2, simply because of the complex underlying geometry required.
That leads us right into Section 4, what drives animation costs?
Looking at these estimates, you'll see costs vary wildly depending on the application. A quick 15-second social media clip might run you a few $1,000s, while a highly cinematic commercial can easily exceed $20,000 per minute. 3D just isn't like generic stock footage. It is priced based on its technical complexity, not just some flat per-minute rate.
So what exactly pushes those costs up? Well, the more realism you demand, like say, wanting to see the microscopic scratches on brushed aluminum, or the higher the frame rate you require, the more specialist labor hours are added to the project. Highly skilled 3D artists and animators are technical specialists. And rush timelines? That just means extra hours for modeling, rigging, and incredibly intensive computational rendering time. Quality takes time, and time is the main currency in 3D production.
Finally, Section 5, the ROI of digital assets.
This shift in mindset right here changes everything about long-term marketing. When you commission a 3D project, you aren't just buying a video. You are actually building a permanent, reusable digital asset library. Once that 3D model exists, it is yours to manipulate forever.
The true ROI advantage becomes crystal clear when you look at scalability. Let's say you want to change a product's color next year, or your engineering team updates a small physical feature. You don't have to hire a whole camera crew or rebuild the physical set. You literally just open the file, update the 3D mesh, and hit render. Deploying these scalable assets across web, AR, and VR saves thousands and thousands in future production costs.
So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this question to chew on. If your company is constantly iterating and improving, shouldn't your visual strategy evolve right along with it? Stop settling for static, inflexible media. Really consider how investing in a permanent, high-fidelity 3D asset library could completely future-proof how you reach your audience frame by frame. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive into 3D animation. Keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.